The Renault Kiger is the French automaker's first ever B SUV in the Indian market. In terms of pricing, it has undercut all its rivals to be the most affordable one. It is available in a couple of powertrain choices, manual and automatic transmission options, is feature packed and good looking as well. The Kiger no doubt looks stunning. In fact, Renault's tagline says, "Go where your curiosity takes you with the Kiger." For now, it has got us to a fuel pump, and reasonably so, because you, our viewers, had shown keen interest in knowing what fuel efficiency the car returns. So, how are we doing this test? As you must have seen earlier in our previous videos, or like what we did with its close sibling, the Nissan Magnite, we'll be following the same process with the Kiger. Two tests will be undertaken, a city fuel efficiency run and another highway fuel economy run. At the end, we will provide you with a combined figure. Let's get to tanking it up then. Do note, we are testing the 1 litre turbo manual variant of the Kiger here. It's powered by Renault's 3-cylinder 1 litre turbocharged petrol engine producing 99 bhp and 160 Nm of torque. In this case, it's mated to a 5-speed manual gearbox with power, of course, sent to the front wheels. Its ARAI rated fuel efficiency is 20 kmpl, and we'll see how it turns out to be in the real world. First, the city run. As with all cars with driving modes, we are going to do the same with the Kiger. Half of the run in eco driving mode and the other in normal driving mode. We set the Kiger first in the eco mode from these multi-sense drive modes. It does change the instrument cluster with information showing up mostly in green. The usual drive mode is in blue and the sport mode brings up everything in red. And now that we are speaking of the sport mode, let me tell you, our V-Box tests done earlier have proved the Kiger to be the fastest in the segment. It clocked the 0 to 100 kmph sprint in 10.2 seconds, just ahead of its sibling the Magnite that took 10.28 seconds. Well, I've had enough fun and shouldn't complain that I'm in the eco mode now. But I have to say, the eco mode does take away the fun part. The throttle inputs aren't as sharp and there's no instantaneous supply of power. That said, it's not like the car feels dead. It still manages to keep up with the traffic. After all, when you're aiming at a good fuel economy, that's something that you can easily live with. It's time we shift to the normal driving mode. And I love this transition. You suddenly have that extra pep and a better throttle response. Even in our in-gear acceleration runs in this mode, especially the 20 to 80 kmph sprint in third gear was achieved in 11.24 seconds. This clearly hints at its good drivability. And it goes without saying what a big advantage it has over the big burly SUVs. Thanks to its compact size, fitting it in gaps is easier than fitting blocks correctly in the Tetris game. Pottering around town is easy with its light controls, good view of the road ahead, and squeezing in into tight spots as we got back to refuel at the pump. (13.27 kmpl in the city. Not bad, but not impressive either. So without wasting time and fuel, let's get to the highway fuel efficiency. We repeat the same process, first half in eco mode and the other in normal driving mode, while we take on the highways where there's lesser traffic and higher average speeds. I have heard many say this 3-cylinder mill isn't meant for the highway, and I can understand why they might say that. 1. The refinement levels are not that great as you rev the engine more than 4000 rpm, and it does get quite noisy. 2. It feels strained at such high revs. However, the good thing is you will be seldomly revving so hard. Now for example, we are doing around 70 to 80 in 5th gear and the revs are just beyond 1500 rpm. Even our V-Box test of the 40 to 100 kmph run in 4th gear shows the car took 15.47 seconds. This is actually not bad for an SUV and is in the ballpark of its rivals. It shows that apart from its agility, the 160 Nm of torque does help it keep going and not leaving you wanting for more power. The car's lightweight has also helped largely here. Also, with its smooth gear shifts and short throws, you won't complain about roving through the gears. Interestingly, it has enough boost to help you overtake a long vehicle, and that too without making you feel nervous. Now we are about to finish our highway run, and instead of telling you what it's showing up on the meter, we'll get to what it has actually delivered. Before we forget, the Kiger also shows up a whole load of information on your infotainment screen as well. In fact, it also gives out scores on the way you've been driving, which can also act as tips and suggestions to better your driving score. While we've not tried to extract more in this run, but in fact tried to emulate how an owner would be driving on his usual trip with a mix of city roads and highways. We've just tanked up again and the highway fuel economy has come up to 18.96 kmpl. This time, I'm impressed. Now, as we take a look at the chart, the previous city fuel efficiency of 13.27 kmpl and a highway fuel economy of 18.96 kmpl brings us to a conclusion of a combined fuel economy of 16.14 kmpl. Now, that's a figure an owner wouldn't mind for a petrol car, especially when it is turbocharged, provides a sprightly performance, and of course, checks the other boxes when looking for a compact SUV. So the Kiger then was anyway an exciting option to consider, and now with its good fuel efficiency figures, we know owners will have a little less to worry about the ever increasing fuel prices.